Andy Lee is Tyson Fury's cousin. He's also the person who first introduced Tyson Fury to Manny Stewart and his nephew, Javon Sugar Hill, who is now Tyson Fury's trainer. Andy Lee, it would seem, is now going to act as Tyson Fury's assistant trainer. So he's still got family on board. And it's interesting, in this interview, Andy Lee says he doesn't know for certain why Tyson Fury and Ben Davison split up. And this is from a Five Live podcast. But he kind of hints at the reason. So it's slightly contradictory because he says here, you can't serve too many masters in boxing. There can't be dissenting voices. It could always be difficult having two main coaches in a camp. So I guess that was Ben's decision. It's a shame it's gone this way, as Tyson and Ben have been one of the great stories of the past few years, with Tyson coming back from the abyss. So perhaps Tyson Fury wanted to add Javon Sugar Hill to his training setup, and Ben Davison didn't like the idea of there being two trainers. As the old saying goes, too many cooks can spoil the broth. And perhaps that's what Ben Davison felt. He wanted complete control over, Tyson Fury's training, didn't want to have another trainer in there, maybe disagreeing with some of the things he says. That could be the reason. Also, Andy Lee says that Sugar Hill emphasizes a lot on balance and being strong with the jab. He said, I think Tyson for the Wilder fight will have to do what he does. Feint move, be tricky and unpredictable, but also have a little more authority in his punches. He hurt Wilder several times first time around. With Hill in the corner, if he has him hurt again, I think you will see Tyson go for the finish. I think it would be a big mistake for Tyson Fury to come out early against Deontay Wilder in the rematch and look to do more damage. I think that would be a huge mistake. What allowed Tyson Fury to have the success he did in the first fight was the fact that he didn't plant his feet and that he was more mobile than Deontay Wilder. He was able to read Wilder's movements, evade the right hand, make Wilder miss, and then come back with his own little flurries. If he's trying to sit down on his shots more and do damage, he's going to be in the pocket, he's going to be stationary for that split second longer. And that's all Deontay Wilder needs, is just a split second extra to catch you. Big mistake if Tyson Fury decides to do that. If Tyson Fury boxes the same way as he did in the first fight, moving around, jabbing, reading Deontay Wilder's movements, making him miss, and then an opportunity at some stage arises, if he manages to wobble Deontay Wilder without really intending to, then he goes in and tries to get him out of there. Maybe that could be part of a decent strategy. But even then, it comes with risk, because what happens if you wobble Wilder, then you go in for the finish and you don't manage to get him out of there? Then there's the possibility that you are going to be gassed out, you're going to be that little bit slower, and Wilder's going to be able to come back and catch you with something. So you got to be very, very careful. Personally, I don't think Tyson Fury should be looking to go in there and stop Deontay Wilder. I think that's a big mistake. I know some people disagree. I know some people say he should have pressed the issue, like Freddie Roach wanted him to press the issue in the first fight. I think that would have got him hit with more right hands if he had pressed the issue. Deontay Wilder likes when a guy comes at him, particularly when it's a big target. We saw what he did to Dominic Breazeale. When a guy's coming at him and applying pressure, Tyson Fury had success in the 12th round because Deontay Wilder not only was tired physically, but mentally, he couldn't believe that Tyson Fury got up in that 12th round. And he was kind of drained from that, He's not going to make the same mistake of thinking the fight's over until the referee has actually waved it over in the rematch. Yeah? You won't make that same mistake again. So I think bad idea for Fury to go for a knockout. I think he should just box and try and win the fight on points again. Because look, even though it was a draw first time around, the fact that there are millions of people saying that Fury got robbed is almost like a victory. You understand? If he'd gone in there and tried to knock Wilder out and got knocked out himself, well then nobody would care about what happened before. That he may have been ahead on the cards. Nobody would care. Just like with Luis Ortiz. Ortiz was ahead on the cards. Ortiz had won every round against Wilder, but he still got knocked out in the 7th round. So people don't really care about what happened before. As Richard Dwyer likes to say, Richard Dwyer, knockouts cause amnesia. So the most important thing for Tyson Fury, as far as I'm concerned, is that he stays on his feet. And the best way to stay on his feet is to box defensively, to do the same thing he did in the first Wilder fight, the same thing he did against Klitschko, be ultra defensive, move around, let Wilder make the fight. Don't worry about trying to knock Wilder out or anything like that. If he can do exactly what he did in the first fight, but not get dropped, people, he's either going to win on the cards or the public is going to say he got robbed even worse than first time. And he's got a rematch clause in the contract anyway. Imagine he goes 12 rounds with Wilder, doesn't get dropped, boxes the same way as he did first time, and people say he won even more clearly this time, but he loses on the cards or it's a draw. Well, he can take the rematch if he wants, but he may decide not to take it and say, you know what, the world knows that I won the fight, and the crowd, the people are going to treat him like he won the fight. But if you go for the knockout, you could get knocked out. It raises the chances of you getting knocked out yourself. So people are not going to, think about how well you did prior to getting knocked out. Anyway, those are my thoughts on Tyson Fury going into the Wilder fight. Javon Sugar Hill, he's worked with a number of fighters over the years, most notably Adonis Stevenson. He is obviously the nephew of Emmanuel Stewart, so he would have picked up some of the technical things which Manny Stewart used to specialize in. Manny Stewart, his flagship fighter was really Tommy Hearns. Yeah, that was really his flagship fighter. I know younger boxing fans associate Manny Stewart with Klitschko, some people even with Lennox Lewis, but it was really Tommy Hearns. That was, you see how with Costamado you've got Mike Tyson. That's his flagship fighter, Costamado, right? That was his greatest work. That was everything that Costamado had envisioned coming to fruition by way of how you build a fighter. It was his masterpiece, was Mike Tyson. Manny Stewart's masterpiece was Tommy Hearns. That Tommy Hearns had everything that Manny Stewart tried to teach fighters, other than maybe an inside game. And Tommy Hearns could fight inside. It's just that he didn't like to because he was chinny. Yeah. But from a technical point of view, from a mentality point of view, Manny Stewart, his greatest work was Tommy Hearns, right? And when you look at Hearns, everything is correct fundamentally. Tall, rangy guy, likes to use his jab, emphasis on punching power, emphasis on technique. With Tyson Fury, I don't really see the physicality there that somebody like a Manny Stewart would like to work with. Yeah, look, I'm sure Manny Stewart would have worked with Tyson Fury if he was still alive. But when it comes to picking a fighter who is the best fit for you, I don't think Tyson Fury would have been that for Manny Stewart, because he's not a natural puncher. When Tyson Fury gets aggressive, he tends to get himself in trouble. We saw that earlier on in his career against Steve Cunningham and Nevin Pikich. Yeah, so he doesn't have this natural aptitude for being aggressive and punching hard and getting things done fighting that way. Tyson Fury's natural aptitude is for being defensive, for moving around, for being slick, for making people miss. Not for popping really hard jabs and hurting people with right. That's not Tyson Fury's game. Yeah. So bringing Javon Sugar Hill on board, who's obviously going to try and replicate a lot of what his uncle Manny Stewart taught. I don't know, man. As I've said earlier in the video, I don't think it's a good idea for Tyson Fury to be sitting down on his shots more. Truth be told. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. It's happening. I'm out.